Want another name? Devil May Cry.
Mother also feels weird for an adult human to say.
Yeah.
Dante.
Human.
Dante was like when Trish showed up and was like, "Here's the rocket launcher." He was like, "Mother, mother."
Yeah, who would say that?
That seems very weird.
You're very
For Dante
weird.
of all people. So that's the thing. Like, Dante in this game is, like, fucking asleep. He's, like, not even, like, paying attention to what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, you'll see that when we actually fucking have a cutscene where he fucking talks. But it's, you know, he's supposed to be a Sanic.
I was gonna say he's a Sonic Boom Sanic. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, that's what's going on! He's the Sanic Boom Sanic in this
Yeah.
game. In DMC 1, he's like, you know, he's a Sanic. You flock off, Featherface. You're right, I'm his son, Dante. Sweet dreams.
He was a total Sanic.
He was a total Sanic. Like, he got a little serious at the end because she had her face, but she'll never have her fire. Which is my favorite line in that game. But he was...
Your dark soul of light.
Exactly. So there were still, like, he was a serious Sanic.
I like how quiet and kind of scared you got as the closer and closer I got to the mic. Like, oh god.
What's he doing?
Oh god, what is he doing?
What's going on? He's like a Sonic Adventure 2 Sonic. Probably the most serious Sonic has ever been is the ending of Sonic Adventure 2, where he's kind of bummed out that Shadow died. And then he runs the gambit. Like Dante is very much a Sonic type of character. Well, Sonic is very no, fuck you. Dante's very Sonic. But in this game, yeah, he's a different Sonic every game.
Yes.
In this game, he's a Sonic Boom Sonic.
Yes.
He just kind of doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, he's just done.
It's like I love that picture. That's like the different Sonics of like the adventure era Sonic.
Oh yeah.
The retro Sonic.
Yeah, reads
modern,
classic
quote unquote
literature.
Sonic, modern Sonic. And then Boom Sonic is just like grumpy.
Yeah.
So
fucking done.
So fucking done with everyone's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dante in this game is Sonic Boom Sonic. He's just bored. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
Like, he's on his 9 to 5 right now.
Mm-hmm.
He's not having fun. He's not having this party's not getting crazy.
And he knows that.
He knows that the party's not getting crazy. This is Dante where he's like, this party is no longer crazy. So, you know, people act like Dante in this game isn't in character. I disagree. I think he is in character. He's just really fucking bored and kind of pissed off.
He doesn't want to have to do it.
He doesn't want to be here.
If he had his choice, he wouldn't be here.
He wouldn't be. But he flipped the coin.
He flipped his coin. That's a completely original creation that they didn't like shoehorn in here.
Where did that fucking come
Who
from?
decided?
Who came up
Did
with...
someone read a Batman comic, think it was like a really underground thing, and it's like, oh, we should put that in the game?
Well,
That's so
yeah,
badass.
like, oh, guys, I read this American comic book.
Yeah.
I read this American
Yeah, maybe.
manga, and it had a character, and he flipped a coin to decide things.
Oh, that's badass.
What if it was? What if it was a two-sided coin? Oh, so he pretends.
Fuck me.
But it actually is whatever he wants it to be every time.
Oh no.
Oh, it's your lucky day. Never referenced again. I don't know who decided that Dante
weird.
all of a sudden is gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna flip my coin to decide things. But also not really. Who thought to include that? Who okayed that?
Yeah, who didn't stop that? Who's just as guilty.
Who didn't say no
Yeah,
is
who-
almost as responsible as the person
Yeah.
who suggested
Like,
it.
how many people worked on this, and all of them just were like, yeah, okay. Like, none of them were... Wait
A
minute.
minimum of 20 people had to have been involved who could have at any point stopped this.
And they chose not to.
They decided not to, which means they decided that it was okay. But it's not okay.
It's not.
It's not okay, and it'll never be okay. Ever again. It's sort of like, you know, whenever you like learn a new word and you try and use it as often as possible.
Yeah.
That's what's happening here. Is Dante is like, oh, that's kind of cool, I'm gonna start doing that. And then he gets bored and stops doing it.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm never gonna do that again.
And everyone's like, could you stop?
Why is that, like, why are you trying to do, like, it's so forced, Dante.
Yeah, when someone, like, overnight suddenly develops a character trait they
Yeah,
never
like
had.
a quirk.
Yeah. Do I do this now? Like, no.
And it's like Lucia and the people that he's interacting with in this game just don't know any better.
Yeah.
They think that's, like, his thing.
Yeah.
Lucia doesn't know. But then, like, he goes home, and Trisha's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
that's so stupid. Trish and Lady just start making fun of him, and he's like, shut up, it's cool.
But then he never does it.
Yeah, and then he never does it again. That's exactly what happened. Look, Showtime, I did it. I got an S rank.
Oh, stylish.
I actually did it. And look, I'm getting a bunch of red orbs now. The game is giving me encouragement and feedback for playing it in the stylish way. It's deep down, somewhere in there, it's still a Devil May Cry game.
You got the trophy.
Somewhere deep down. Oh god, it's coming from the game. Jesus. Somewhere deep down, it is still a Devil May Cry game.
I do love the story of your mom making a little too much sense out of gamer score on Xbox.
Yeah.
And like, oh, and then you could like buy games with it. It's like, no.
Well, why not?
Well, what is it for then?
I'm not talking to you about this anymore.
I think I'm done. You're making me feel things, and I think I'm done now.
Yeah, I remember when, like, achievements started being a thing on Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
And I explained it to my mom. And I'm like, well, when you like, have an achievement, when you beat a level or a boss or whatever, you'll get
Well, you do
an
something
achievement,
cool.
and it gives you points. Like, this one's worth 5 points. This one's worth 20 points, because it's harder. And if you get a points, and look at all the points I have. She was like, oh, that's kind of cool, so you can use those points to buy stuff on Xbox Live.
And your world began.
And I
to
was
crumble.
like, no.
No?
And she's like, well, why not? I was like, because they just want you to have money and give them money. And she's like, well, what's the point of giving you points for your achievements then?
And you stared for easily
And I
20
did
minutes.
not have an answer.
She eventually just walked away.
She was just like, well, I guess the conversation's over now, and just left, and I just continued to stare at where she used to be standing.
For 3 days.
Ouroboros.
You missed days of school.
Ouroboros.
Ouroboros.
So, implying that Albert Wesker was like, oh, that's kind of a cool name. I'm gonna use that.
Yeah. Wesker. Richard.
Barry, thanks for saving my life. The challenger shall rise while the king evades. So here we go. Dante's going to say words now, finally.
Ooh.
Are you ready? Are you ready for the Sanic?
Well, what have we here?
Do you have to ask?
Maybe another time.
Like, seriously, interpret this game and Dante's characterization through the lens of, like, he's just so bored.
Yeah.
He's just so bored, and he's not having fun.
This thing was fun until I did it for a job, and now it's just a
Yeah,
job.
yeah. At some point, hunting demons has just become a 9-to-5
Yeah.
thing for Dante, and he's really not entertained by it.
Clock in, clock out.
He's like, well, man, I killed that guy who killed my mom and my brother, I guess, and that was kind of cool. But, like, now what the fuck? Like, what is this, a Tauros demon from fucking Dark Souls?
I don't even know.
Why do I even care? Where are we fighting, by the way? We took a train to get to this oil rig? Why an oil rig? We took a train here.
You know, those trains, the oil rigs.
What the fuck is going on?
It's the oil rig subway. You're acting like it's weird. You know. This is in the middle of the North Atlantic Ocean, and you took the D train to get there.
Yeah, you know.
You know,
We're off the coast of rural Europe. Whatever
Yeah.
town we were fucking in. Look at that water. That's like purple.
Yeah, that's not what water.
It looks like Oil Ocean Zone. Once again, this game is just Sonic. That's another fucking thing that pisses me off. I forget if I talked about that, but like, since there's nothing else worth talking about right now.
Oh, that's bad how that goes over there.
Oh yeah, it's just in the air.
That looks.
Oh, it's not good. But look at the ocean. Look at it. Look at the texture
Oh.
being stretched.
What the hell?
Look at those waves,
That's all
Nick.
it is.
That's the waves. They're stretching
It's
the
a
texture of
static image.
the quote unquote
But
water.
they stretch just like that trumpet boy meme.
Yeah. Just Photoshop stretching it.
Oh.
Oh, it's so good. And look at the skybox texture, just a black void
Yep.
of nothing with an Aurora Borealis going on. What's going on with that? Oh, every part of this game is a fucking train wreck. That's the thing, like, people's like, I'm sorry, this is turning to that thing where I'm like, fuck everyone who says bad things about Sonic. I know I did, like 5 collective hours, however long my playthrough of every single Sonic game was, of just incessant ranting. But, like, arguably two bad Sonic games exist, right? Sonic 06, which is inarguably bad, and then a bunch of other games that are arguably bad. Like Shadow the Hedgehog is one that people point to because they've never actually played it.
Yep.
And then Sonic Unleashed, which is only like half bad because of the werehog, and depending on how high your tolerance for the werehog is, you could be like, yeah, that's not fun.
You're werehog and chip tolerant.
We officially have one bad game and then 2 arguably bad games depending on how generous you don't feel like being. So like maybe half of Sonic Unleashed and Chip, and Shadow the Hedgehog if you're a prick, and Sonic 06, which everyone can agree on is bad. But 3 bad games, arguably. And everyone's like, oh, Sonic's worst or whatever. DMC has, in terms of a percentage of how many games there are, because there's like fucking 30 Sonic games, and there's 3 that are arguably bad. Arguably 3 bad Sonic games out of 30. DMC has 5 games, 6 next month.
Yeah.
Has 5 games, 3 of them have big problems.
Mm-hmm.
Because DMC 1 has not aged particularly well. It's still a good game,
Yes.
has not aged particularly
It's
well.
historic.
It's historic. It has historic value and
Yes.
charm
Yes.
and merit, but it's really hard to get a new person.
I mean, Renaissance, not Renaissance, friggin' medieval paintings, they aren't, up to the mathematical kind of perspective quality that came later, but they're still historical pieces.
DMC 2 is just straight up bad, and no one will ever fight you on that, ever. DMC 3 is great. DMC 4 is a good game, but there's a big but. DMC 4 has a big but.
Really?
DMC 4 has a fat ass. DMC 4 is the game with a fat ass, ladies
Found
and
that
gentlemen.
way too entertaining.
And if you're not an ass man, you could definitely argue that that game is bad. DMC 4 is
you're a titty
arguably
man.
a bad game.
If you're a titty man.
If you're into tits, you have the right to say Devil May Cry 4 is a bad game. Because it has a fat ass. And then DMC Devil May Cry is just an affront to God and all of his angels. So that's 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Just as many. but 3 games out of 5 looks way worse than 3 games out of fucking 30.
That's 2 good ones.
And yet people turn around and go, LOL, Sonic sucks. But no one says about DMC. DMC still gets respected. When, in terms of the percentages, you would have way more cause to say fuck DMC, the series that is called Devil May Cry.
Yes.
I mean, look at how many bad games there are. Out of all of the Devil May Cry games, almost half of them suck.
Yeah. Well, more.
Well, like, it's like... What the fuck is happening?
Hey,
What
look
is
at
this
that RE
filter?
timer.
What is this filter?
That timer is ripped straight out of the ending of RE. And RE4.
Of all of them. Resident Evil 3 had the best one because it was, here's a radar watching the nuke getting closer and closer to the city. There's like no timer, you just see the dot appearing and approaching. Resident Evil 4 also ended with a self-destruct sequence. Do I have to fight these guys? Can I just leave? I think I could just leave. Watch out for that third rail. Is that real?
Yes.
Why won't Dante stay on the thing?
You're allowed to ask Dante.
Like, if you stood there and said Devil May Cry is a bad game series, I would fight you way less than I fight people who say Sonic is a bad game series. Okay? You know why? Because you're not 100% wrong. If you say Sonic's a bad game series, guess what? You're fucking wrong, and I'm gonna fight you on that shit. Because look at how many games there are that are good. Got all these good games over here. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. 3 bad games. Oh yeah, such bad series. Such a bad video game series over here. What the fuck are you talking about? There's fucking so many that are great.
It's not like they're approaching it logically.
No, they're
like
because they're turning around and changing their minds and being like, oh look, all of these games that are good, well it's bad because it's an early 3D game.
Yeah.
Sonic Adventure, that's a bad game because camera, I guess, or something. Sonic Adventure 2 is bad because you have to play as Knuckles. I don't know.
It's only 10 p.m. I thought it was like 2 in the morning.
Sonic Heroes is bad because there's no Chow Garden or whatever the fuck stupid bullshit people make up. And it's just fucking nonsense. At least if you said DMC's bad, you have a fucking argument.
Yeah.
You'd be like, well, DMC 1 just hasn't aged very well. It's clearly just a Resident Evil game, but with sword combat. The camera's really frustrating. And, you know, just gameplay-wise, it hasn't aged particularly great. You're not wrong!
Yeah.
I still love Devil May Cry 1. But, like, you know, you can appreciate it in the context of when it was made.
Yeah.
But, like, it's definitely aged. It's definitely not as good as it used to be. But, like, you have to praise Devil May Cry 1 by, like, it created a fucking genre. But then you play other games in that genre and you go back and play Devil May Cry 1 and you're like, wow, this fucking is not as good. It's like watching Seinfeld after everything else that has been on television for the last fucking 20 years.
Yeah.
Or going back to season 1 of The Simpsons.
I mean,
well, even people who like The Simpsons don't think season 1 is good.
Yeah, so the first 3. I told my mother that
Oh god.
we met our neighbor via him hearing us and then coming over and offering us beer and weed.
He did do that.
And then she was like,
I was like,
either
I'm good.
Jello mold or
Friendly, at least.
yeah. You got to consider the context. I said that's a good welcome wagon in the hood.
In the hood. Yeah, I'm just like, it's hard.
Oh, it's an anus.
Yes, it's a hard anus. Oh, we have a sword
Well, you know,
now.
I know we've beat this one to death, but it is sort of like we were talking about. People know they're supposed to
hate
Star
Sonic,
Fox
yeah,
Zero.
or Star Fox, yeah.
But they don't know why. they came in too late. There is a political reason you're supposed to hate Star
Yeah,
Fox Zero.
there is a motivation.
There was a
behind
reason that they
the
said,
hatred.
"Hey, everyone hate this. Hey, everyone hates this now, right?" But you came into the room too late to hear the reason. You just heard that you're supposed to not like it.
Yeah. Oh, I don't like this. Why? Because it's
Yeah.
everyone says it's bad. Look
Yeah.
at how bad everyone says it is.
Bad.
Therefore, it is bad.
But it's like, hating Sonic just became a thing.
Yeah, it became the socially acceptable opinion to have.
It you know, I can't even, I'm not even going to try to think of an example, but YouTube Let's Players
Aaron
say
Hansen.
it. No, I don't want to hear that name. YouTube Let's Players say it, and furries or
therefore-
whatever. I said the
Oh,
word DeviantArt.
Oh,
Give me views.
oh, bad fan characters. The worst Sonic fan character in the world is still better than the best Harry Potter fan character.
What the fuck is that supposed to mean anyway? It's a children's video game series. What are you talking about? Again, we come back to
40-year-old
balding,
men fervently hating
40-year-old
a
men.
game series made for 12-year-olds.
ugly, balding 40-year-old men with chin pubes.
Chin pubes.
Thinking, what the fuck are you talking about?
My opinion matters.
Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the fucking Hedgehog?
Sonic?
What?
Sonic? The fucking... And if you talk to, like, a normal fucking person who, like, doesn't live on the internet...
Yes.
And then, like, try to be like, oh, Sonic, am I right? They'd be like, what are you talking
No, what are you
about?
talking about? Sonic talking.
Like, talk about, like, a universally beloved video game character.
Yeah.
Sonic is globally recognized. Like, Mario is known for being, like, the mascot for Nintendo.
Yeah.
But, like, Sonic has superseded his status as, like, a Sega mascot.
Yeah, Sega...
People just know Sonic because he's Sonic now.
The second Sega stopped making consoles after the Dreamcast,
Yeah, it stopped
that was
being
the
about
end of
that
that.
a long time ago.
He's not even their mascot anymore, he's just Sonic.
Yeah. Like, in the same way that, like, and again, that in the same way for, like, Mega Man. Because everyone who knows who Mega Man is, at least some version of him, every generation has a Mega Man.
Yeah.
And, like, Capcom doesn't even make consoles. That's just sheer the power of Mega Man's character design
Yeah.
by itself.
They didn't have to include Mega Man games with every console they sold
Yeah.
in order to get, not get people to play it, but, I mean, every single, you know, the NES
Had
came
Mario.
with, you know, Mario and...
If you were buying a Nintendo console, you automatically were exposed to Mario.
Yeah.
If you were buying a Sega console, you were automatically exposed to Sonic.
Yeah. And it was, when you first bought it, if they were so expensive, that was the only game you had for a while.
Yeah.
So, you played the shit out of it.
And, like, now, you know, Sonic doesn't come with fucking Sega consoles anymore because Sega doesn't make consoles anymore.
Yeah.
But everyone, like, even people who didn't have fucking Sega Genesis at the time, they still know who fucking Sonic is.
Yeah, everyone knows it.
Because his character design's so fucking strong. So obviously, you see a character who's that visually appealing,
Yeah.
you're gonna want to emulate it with your own. When you're drawing shit, like, you're gonna be inspired by something that you like. Video games.
It's just, that is so
Yeah, like,
ridiculous.
the weird double standard against, like, Sonic fan characters
Yeah,
has always been something stupid to me.
fucking image of a balding 37-year-old man on the internet making fun of a 16-year-old for
for seeing a Sonic and being like, I sure like that. I'm gonna draw
What is wrong
something.
with
Like,
What the fuck?
oh, it's not good. He's fucking 12, dude.
What is wrong with you?
Are you winning?
Yeah. What
What are you fucking talking about?
What do you get out of that even?
How do you stand to benefit from this? I just talk about Mega Man because, like, it's fucking Capcom. We're playing a Devil May Cry game. It's easy to forget, but we are playing a Devil May Cry game right now. Oh god, what the fuck? I walked into the room and immediately the character model just started moving by itself. That is interesting. Like, the reason this room is like this is because of something Lucia did in her story mode. If you play both of the characters' story mode, you are getting a fuller understanding of what's going on in this story. Oh, it's the ending of Metal Gear Solid 3.
The truck have started to move. I feel asleep.
What's happening? Oh, okay then. I was supposed to intuit that from what just happened. Am I supposed to go over here? Yes. Okay. I escaped somehow.
Alright.
Oh, now we're on the motorcycle again.
Where did he park it? Is that how clutches work on motorcycles? I don't think so.
Why did you do that? You were already facing in that direction. Yeah, it's always fun. That's gonna be even more fun in Devil May Cry 3, but this is the start of it. 2 lights will open the sealed door and guide the hunter to the deep underground.
Is that like the Bible?
I don't know what this is.
Chapter 9,
it's
verse
like
3.
It's showing like a quote from something.
Yeah, I'm like wondering, what is it real or is it Doom Book 1? Video games. Video games.
Let's look for something else to talk about. I talked about Sonic for the 50 millionth time in my
I
life.
talked about Star Fox.
Yeah.
We did the typical...
We ran the gambit here of topics
Yeah.
that were expected of. Oh, well, here's... I got a new sword in that last level, so let's talk about that, I guess.
Interesting tile texture.
Let's talk about this new sword I got. It looks kind of like a sword from Nier. That's kind of interesting. Look at this Nier sword. It has exactly the same attack animation, so I don't know why they bothered. There is no difference between this sword and the sword I've been using in terms of its utility. I am accomplishing the same thing with this sword that I have been doing the entire game up until now. It is not doing anything new. Look at this. Look at the... Let's equip the old sword and do the same thing. Same thing. Doesn't matter. It doesn't fucking matter, Nick. None of it matters!
None of it matters!
Let's use it because it looks sort of like the Lion Slayer from Nier. Nier is a good game. I sure do hope they remake it, because I'm sick of everyone talking about... I'm sick of looking for fan art of Nier and seeing nothing but pictures of 2B's ass. I have so many pictures of 2B's ass. I don't need more.
You always need more.
I don't need more. I want to see fan art of the original Nier. I like the original Nier. I want to see fan art of it. Gee, I sure do hope Platinum remakes the original Nier so that people can play the original Nier.
Alright, then the Mogimuzu.
God, Astral Chain looks so fucking good. I'm so excited for that shit. There we go.
Nintendo Direct.
Nintendo Direct. Fucking Nintendo are so stupid that they controlled the announcement for Dark Souls and a new Platinum game.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, didn't realize that.
Yep.
They were like, they had exclusive rights to the announcement of a remaster of Dark Souls, something people have been asking for, and just squandered it.
Yep.
Squandered it incredibly hard. And now they're like, hey, new Platinum game. Everyone's having a lot of fun with the fact that the new Pokemon game is going to be set in England. Ugh.
What bastard?
Oh, you want? Oh, it's like you want to have a Pokemon fight. Is the Kopatiki Cheeky Chat? That one's funny. I like that one. Is the Kopatiki Cheeky Chat?
Why don't English people talk?
It's weird how they talk. Is the Kopatiki Cheeky Chat? It has begun.
Oh, jeez. Fuck. Christ,
Just the thumbnails of dudes looking at something photoshopped to the right with their mouths open.
oh my god. When is that gonna die?
When all of them die.
That, I wish I could make that happen for this. Who decided you need in your thumbnail a picture of some dumbass with his mouth open pointing at shit? What the fuck is that supposed to be?
Oh, a giant moth.
Mothra.
Mothra. Mothra. Okay, so here's Vore, by the way.
Huh.
Vore's happening on the screen right now. Hold on, let's try and get a better camera angle of what just happened. Come on. Come at me.
So,
I want a good camera angle of this. There we go. That's decent, right?
decent.
But wait. I want to get a better shot of the belly. Damn it, this camera is not cooperating. There we go. So I think Itsuno's into Vore. Because you'll come to find this.
I think a lot of fucking...
Oh, I
video
hate
game
that!
developers-
I fucking hate that. The the death animation is they spit you out. Why would you have an enemy eat you, and then as soon as your life runs out, they spit you out? I hate that so much. That always makes me
Can't
so
imagine
mad.
why. Is that this sort of growth they look like? Gypsy moth caterpillar.
No, yeah, like it is a moth we're fighting. A moth, right?
Right. When you're from Pennsylvania, gypsy moth caterpillars fill you with a certain dread that very few other insects do.
Kill the moth. Kill the moth boss from Resident Evil 2.
Yeah, I do appreciate that.
Someone, I think it's Itsuno. I think he's into Vore, because you'll find that in every Devil May Cry game to come, there will be at least a little bit of Vore.
I mean, I think a lot of people in the entertainment industry, let's say, are into it.
There we go. I mean, that's pretty good. It's not bad. I mean, like, you kind of, like, it's a very specific type.
Yes.
Like, you know, there's definitely, you know... Anyway.
Moving on from that,
Yeah, we have to.
we must.
For the sake of our country. Stop this. I was kind of bummed that the giant moth wasn't in the remake of Resident Evil 2. They had a little bit of a reference to it, which I thought was nice. But I mean, like, they like in an interview they talked about like we were thinking about just not having the giant crocodile in there.
Oh, yeah.
That's fucking stupid.
This is dumb.
But they're like, but you gotta have the giant crocodile in there.
Obviously.
But
I mean, I don't know if
the
you
giant
covered-
moth, like
I
they were
look
like,
up and
just
you're still doing the Vore.
fuck it, just get rid of it.
Yeah.
The giant moth is dumb, and it doesn't make any fucking sense. Get rid of the giant moth. But they had a little reference. I appreciated the reference.
It's just larva, it's not larva-ira.
Larvivira.
It's something with way too many consonants.
So that was a boss fight.
I didn't even notice it.
Some health It just happened for no reason, by the way. I just walked through this door, I hit that thing, and then, like, a thing happened, and now we were having a boss fight.
It's like that movie that tried to be a Disney movie, but, like, failed.
Anastasia?
No. It failed to understand what makes Disney movies Disney movies. They just had people randomly break out into song for no reason, and they were just like, okay, moving on. Now that we've sung, it's like, well,
That thing we're supposed to do.
there's no reason.
There has to be a reason, you guys.